The federal government has again appealed to media practitioners to prevent the spread of fake news and other forms of misinformation capable of causing unrest in the country. Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed made the plea when he received members of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations in Abuja. Mohammed said there is also need for media practitioners to call the attention of religious and traditional leaders against making divisive comments and utterances that will threaten the peaceful coexistence of Nigeria.
I must say that I'll go back again to the issue of fake news and misinformation. And this is, I think, where the NIPR comes in. You have a powerful platform to actually ensure that the menace of fake news is confronted squarely.
The national president of the council, Mukhtar Sirajo, said they paid the minister the visit to contribute their quota to nation building.
The NIPR, as a relationship building family, is worried about the situation in the country, especially the security situation and the unnecessary attempt to politicize the issue of security. We think the situation we are in this country goes beyond politics. I think it goes beyond blaming the president or blaming the government or blaming the party in power.
Vice President Ifiemi Andrew has denied any link with a website requesting Nigerians to join a volunteer group mobilizing support for Professor Ifiemi Andrew ahead of the 2023 presidential election. In a statement, media aide to the Vice President Laolu Akande appealed to those behind it to stop. He advised them to join the government in dealing with the many challenges confronting Nigeria. The PDP Governors Forum says the ban on open grazing by the South-South governors is the solution to the herders-farmers clashes in the country. The group, in a 6-point communique read by its chairman, Governor Aminu Tambuwal, at the end of its consultative meeting in Ibadan, said ranching remains the most viable solution to the herders-farmers clashes in Nigeria.
The meeting supports earlier position taken by the Nigerian Governors Forum, Northern Governors Forum, and recently by the Southern Governors Forum to adopt ranching as the most viable solution to the herders-farmers clashes in Nigeria. The structuring of the Nigerian Federation should involve more powers of various civil institutions to achieve efficiency and equity for all sections of Nigeria.
The forum also advised President Muhammadu Buhari to immediately send an executive bill to the National Assembly to amend the country's constitution to transfer more powers to the states. The PDP Governors Forum called on the National Assembly to pass the Electoral Act to ensure a free and fair election.
The meeting reiterated our earlier goal of the National Assembly to expect action on the passage of the Electoral Act that will ensure a free and fair election, including provisions for electronic accreditation and electronic transmission of votes.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has condemned the attacks on its offices, especially in the southeast. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education, Festus Okoye, during an interview on Channels Television's Politics Today, said the attacks on its offices is a setback for the 2023 general elections. The Commission cannot tell why their offices are being attacked.
Independent National Electoral Commission and its offices are national assets, and they represent the symbols of our democracy. We don't even know what the people who are attacking our offices want, because in most of these places that these attacks have occurred of recent, there are no elections coming up in any of those days, and it's a huge setback on our preparations for some of the off-season elections we have and the 2023 election. So what we have done is to invite all the resident electoral commissioners in all the states of the Federation to come to Abuja on Wednesday for us to see whether we can make any sense out of these attacks.
The Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission has admitted that it owes some ad hoc staff who were engaged in the just concluded local government elections in the state. RISEC Commissioner in charge of Public Affairs and Civic Education, Dr. Barango Taria, who was a guest on Nigeria Info's Hard Facts with Dayo Lusakin, assured that those yet to be paid will soon be paid.
Whoever that was legitimately engaged by RISEC as ad hoc staff or in any capacity will be paid. RISEC has paid over 260 million. So the people that are talking that has not been paid, they are not up to 5%. And we are not saying that they will not be paid. They will be paid. But it's a process. It's not something you complain today and then tomorrow you get the money. It's not so. We need confirmations. We need to confirm genuinely if these people they worked or they didn't work. They should be patient. After investigation, if we discover that they are genuinely they worked, we will pay them.
He said largely most of those yet to be paid gave documents that didn't match their data with the banks.
And out of the 18,000, people that are complaining are not up to 200. These persons that has not been paid, most of the problems could be human, and most of the problem comes from them. In the course of our investigation, we discovered that some persons use their children's number, use their either husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend's phone number. Meanwhile, it is their name that is on our master list. And the same name that is on our master list, the same name we sent to the bank. So when the bank discovered these such discrepancies, they won't pay.
The chairman of the Ikore local government area, Samuel Wanosike, has challenged the Minister of Transportation, Chukwuka Amechi, to show his projects as minister in Rivers State. Mr. Wanosike said this while reacting to a comment by the Minister of Transportation, Chukwuka Amechi, that he tackled insecurity and employed many Rivers people when he was governor of the state.
A man who has been minister for 6 years can't point at one project that has attracted to Rivers State. He's telling us when he was governor. He's actually talking about the scholarship program that he's giving to his cronies, that he will give it to people in Sokoto, people in Plateau State. The scholarship he was used to play politics for him to be recognized at the federal level. No, the scholarship Rivers people are interested in the scholarship Yosowike gave to the medical students in Pamo Clinic to study medicine. And so what's Amechi telling us? Has Amechi forgotten that when he was the sitting governor of Rivers State, like he's bragging that he told the
An APC chieftain, Lawrence Chukwu, has asked Governor Nyesom Wike to forget politics and create employment to reduce crime in Rivers State. Dr. Chukwu said since 2015, job opportunities and all the employment-generating facilities created by the former Governor Chukwuka Amechi has been abandoned.
He still has windows on how to create employment and talk less, because if you watch, at any point in time, the governor is fighting the president, he's fighting the police, he's fighting this group, he's fighting that group, no sense of diplomacy. So all these threats he chooses every time. You can see the ripple effects today. So the governor should forget about politics, create jobs, have a sense of diplomacy in resolving issues.
Former Rivers Southeast Senator Magnus Abe says Nigerians should focus on finding solutions to the insecurity problem rather than blame each other. Senator Abe said this shortly after an event in Port Harcourt. He said security is a big challenge for everyone and leaders should review the situation with a view to improving the security situation of the country.
There is no society that is completely immune from insecurity. We just have to review the things we're doing. The things that we're not doing right, we change them. The things that we're doing right, that are giving us the right results, we improve on them, constantly improve. And then we must all cooperate with one another. If we keep looking for who to blame, who is responsible, instead of focusing on solutions, we're missing the boss. So I think that the thing to do now is for all of us to come together, put our brains together. The problems of Nigeria are solvable.
Still ahead, Kaduna State Government condemns NLC protest of Kaduna workers' sack. Stay tuned.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817-001-8162. And let us connect you to your customers. Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817.
Over the recent sack of over 7,000 civil servants by the state government. Reacting to the protest Monday, the Kaduna State Head of Service, Barriatu Mohammed, said the state government will stand with its decision to downsize.
What is happening now in Kaduna is not an industrial action, but a campaign of social and economic sabotage. Kaduna State government is functioning despite the illegal attempts to block our offices, hospitals, and schools, and it will not change our intention to use the Trade Union Act, which prohibits strike by essential service workers. Kaduna State has still not established the number of staff that are being disengaged. We are doing a physical verification exercise of persons and credentials. So as soon as we establish the number of workers to be disengaged, we'll inform everybody. We are not backing out. That's our position.
The NLC National Chairman Ayuba Waba during the protest said due process was not followed in the sack of the workers.
Comrades, the information that we have that they have been putting before the public, which is false, which I need to correct, is why I am here live and direct. He claimed that local government employees were consulted, and they are here. They have issued a formal statement to say that that statement was false. As we speak, all leadership of public sector unions that are affected by this neoliberal policy of throwing workers out of their jobs without respecting the clear provisions of our labor laws. It's only Kaduna State that threw workers out of their jobs without respecting the provisions of our laws.
Aviation workers have shut down the Kaduna International Airport in solidarity with the protest. The Elele Siat Landlords Association have held a peaceful protest to demand the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the company and its host communities. Our correspondent who covered the protest at the Elele estate in Ikure local government area reports that some of the protesters held placards with inscriptions like PRO must go, Siat security, no more crossing of trenches to our farm, no MOU, no work. Youth President of Siat Landlord Association Elele, Ebenezer Chidi Okborim, told our correspondent that the protest is to demand their rights.
Our rights include the land rent, 1% audited annual profit, and then the welfare of the workers, the employment of indigenous landowners. That is why we are here. The landlords are living in apparent squalor. We are living in pain. We are suffering. We have written to SEAT more often than not to have a collection of ideas, opinions, and dialogue how to write the MOU. But today, SEAT refused us. We have begged them. We have cried. They should pay us our land rent. They did not agree with us.
According to Mr. Ebenezer, efforts made by the landlords to sign an MOU with SEAT has been unsuccessful since 2012. He also said SEAT is yet to pay the 1% audited annual profit.
In 2017, SEAT asked us to bring account numbers of the families who donated land to them. We forwarded our account numbers, but when we got there, the management chased us away with quarrel. Till today, the land rent is not paid. Since 2012, SEAT resumed work. There is no MOU. Since there is no MOU, they refuse to give us the 1% audited annual profit. Without the MOU, there will be no work in Elele SEAT. We have reached out with the people in authority, but they did not agree with us. Without MOU, no work. No land rent, no work.
Also, the Assistant Secretary of the Association, Akiri Grant Esinwa, said SEAT Nigeria Limited is failed in its corporate social responsibility.
SEAT has come over 8 years ago. They inherited all the assets and liability that was left by the former Raison Pant. They don't give us job, no social amenities like electricity, pipe-borne water, schools, health centers, light. But yet, they go to other international communities, telling them that they have given us all this. If you go to some of the magazines, you will see pictures of electricity, well-furnished schools that they have given to host communities. But these things are not real. No landlord is occupying any administrative position in this SEAT Nigeria Limited.
Mr. Akiri will describe as false the recent statement made by the public relations officer of SEAT, Mr. Lucky, that there is an existing cordial relationship between them and their host communities.
Mr. Lucky, the PRO of SEAT Nigeria Limited, he has gone online telling the whole world that there is a cordial relationship between the company and the host communities, which is not true. That they have given the youths more than 5,000 job opportunity. It is not true. Our mothers, our sisters, our daughters are coming here to do labor work, doing slashing, spraying chemical. The recommended treatment that is supposed to be given to them are not given. Instead of 3,000 or more as they are supposed to be paid daily, they are paying them 200 naira. Our women are being harassed sexually. You cannot take our land, the only place we have to farm, without giving us anything in exchange.
Some of the workers also spoke to our correspondent.
My pikin dey work, they know they pay them well. From there, I no like am. See my leg, I see my leg. They want him come back for work, I know they eat. Money, they know they give am money. They go keep me for this.
Since 2019, I have been employed at the Avesta in Sias company. So they are paying us 12 naira for each month. Since that year, clothes we know the fee wear to eat better food and problem. Then put the tiatiana so kabakoro they go you the fall for fee. But end of the year, before we go borrow money they chop, nothing they come out. You see me, I might look like a company worker. All my Nikaratiatia, if they call you friend, you not allowed, you no agree. They will start. You are carrying for 500 bunches, 600 bunches. At the end of the month, what do I go see for my account? 15,000. When I work 20 working days, I will see 12 working days. That is the problem.
Our correspondent reports that the SIAT Nigeria Limited, a subsidiary of SIAT NV, had in 2011 acquired from the Rivers State government the assets of Reason Palm, 16,000 acres of old oil palm plantations. The 11 communities that make up Elele SIAT Landlords Association include Elele Alimini, Egbeda, Itu, Ekberemini, Odeke. The rest are Agbabo, Omudioga, Edemude, Otisama, and Eligbo. The Bene Mene of Babe Kingdom, King Dr. Monday Noya, has expressed appreciation to Governor Nyesom Wike for reinstating him as the paramount ruler of Babe Kingdom. King Dr. Noya, who is also the chairman of Babe Council of Traditional Rulers, in a statement, assured Governor Nyesom Wike of his commitment to work towards peace and security in Babe Kingdom. He also thanked the leaders of Ogoni ethnic nationality, particularly the President General of Supreme Council of Ogoni Traditional Rulers, King GNK Giniwa, and the leadership of Kagote and Bu Kabari for their support. The statement called on the people of Babe to also cooperate with security agencies to ensure lasting peace and security in Babe Kingdom. In business, Nigeria's headline inflation has dropped for the first time in 20 consecutive months, recording 18.12% decrease in April year-on-year from 18.17% reported in March. The National Bureau of Statistics in the Consumer Price Index April 2021 report published on Monday shows core inflation on the high at 12.74%. In entertainment, private school teacher in Port Harcourt, Otuke Umukoro, has won the 2021 Brunel International African Poetry Prize. Mr. Omukoro told Nigeria Info that he entered for the awards thrice since 2017 before he won it this year. He said the award is a powerful statement on his career and hopes it will open new doors for him.
In 2020, I did not submit for the prize, but then in 2021, I had to write fresh poems for this particular prize, and I sent in my entry, and here I am today. What I'm trying to say is that there's a story behind it, so this is not like my first submission, so it has been a journey, and I'm so grateful to be here today.
Mr. Umukoro advised youths to always be consistent in their approach to poetry and always write about their passion, telling the stories in their own way.
Tell your story, be confident, believe in yourself, believe that your story matters. And I would also say that have a community in mind when you are writing. By that, I mean, look around you, see the things that you are passionate about, things that really strike you as a human being, and write on those things. And always write on the shoulder of consistency. You have to tell your story. You have to tell it your own way.
In sports, Tyson Fury has been ordered to fight Deontay Wilder for a third time, casting doubt over a proposed August super bout with Anthony Joshua. The 32-year-old Fury won the WBC World Heavyweight title from Wilder in a rematch in February 2020 after an initial draw. The pair were due to fight again, but the COVID-19 pandemic prompted Fury to seek an alternative.
And now we're bringing news from around the world.
U.S. President Joe Biden has called for a ceasefire after 8 days of violence between Israel and Palestinian militants in Gaza. Mr. Biden told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that the U.S. was working with Egypt and other countries on halting hostilities. But the U.S. again blocked a UN Security Council statement calling for a cessation of violence. At least 212 people, including 61 children, have died in Gaza and 10, including 2 children, in Israel. On the news this morning, you heard that the federal government has appealed to the media to prevent the spread of fake news. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has denied running for 2023 presidential election. Kaduna State Government has condemned NLC protest of Kaduna sack. RISEC has explained why some ad hoc staff are yet to be paid. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has called for a ceasefire in Israel-Gaza violence. The news was edited by Inoho Ogbeviri. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this morning. That's it for the news this morning. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Thank you for listening.